Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start the meeting. We respect your time and patience with us. We appreciate that you're here. We thank everyone for having a seat. It's going to take us 5-6 minutes total to begin our meeting, and then you will begin to make comment. My name is Philip Hampton. I'm the Chief of Family and Community Engagement for Dr. Barbara Bird Bennett. It is very important that we come out to this community, even with this issue that we know causes a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of mistrust. There are a lot of questions. But we thought that she told leadership that it's important that we come out and we meet with you, so we appreciate you for being here. We're going to be respectful to you. We're going to listen to you. We appreciate the pastor of this church who has allowed us the opportunity to host this meeting here. And we just beg of you that as we have children in this room, that we would be respectful, watch our language, and please, I'm not being condescending for asking you of this, but we have had situations where folks have performed in a way in front of our children that is less than desirable. So we would just ask for your commitment on that. Thank you so much. The first thing I need to do is let you know who's here. We have CPS leadership here who will be here for the remainder of the night and who will be listening and who will be working with you, and it starts with the leadership of this community. So I'm so pleased to introduce LaTanya McDade, who's the chief of this network, the Skyway network. LaTanya. Please know that LaTanya's team is just to my right, who's here as well. Many of them will be interacting with you in our breakout sessions. You should also know that the Southside High School Network is represented here tonight by Mr. Tim Shelton. Tim. Mr. Art Slater, who's the network chief, had an emergency, so he had to be at another event, but he wanted to make sure that the high school network was represented, although we know that high schools are not under consideration with this utilization issue. Also, there are several others with CPS leadership that are here. Mr. Ernie Rivera, who's the deputy chief in the CEO's office. Arnie, where are you? I know Arnie's in the room. And there are several others I will not announce, but just so you know that this is important to us, we are here. Anyone else, those along that wall who are from Chicago Public Schools in a leadership capacity, will you raise your hand so folks know that you are here? We appreciate that. You should have 4 documents. 4 documents in your hand. One says, addressing the utilization crisis facing CPS. That's number 1. It's very important that you have this. When you leave, please, if there are extra copies, take them with you, give them to your neighbors, etc. Okay? You should also have a copy of the Skyway Network schools, a list, okay, both front and back. CPS folks, if you see people who may be in need of this information in their seats, please, let's make sure that we get them to you. There's Mr. Rivera. Arnie, I introduced you and you weren't in the room. Also, you should have a community feedback form. Community feedback form. Chazza, young lady has her hand up over there. If we don't, let's see if we can get some folks to get that material. Chuck, for folks that have their hands up, let's make sure they get the materials, please. You should have that. All right, so let me make this clear. Barbara Bird Bennett wants you to know that the comments that each representative from every school, the comments that they made, we just don't hear them, and they don't go through us, they go directly to her. So to my right, you will see an official court reporter. The young lady's name is Miss Robin Oshakowski, who is our court reporter. She will be taking all the comments. It will be compiled into a report that goes directly to Dr. Barbara Bird Bennett, okay? And also, after you have an opportunity to speak, if you are here in a group representing schools, we also have 2 breakout sessions that will be outside, and we'll have CPS, and we have facilitators that are here that can direct you to those conversations. It's very important that we get any input that you can provide to us to help us make a decision. And any input means beyond, and I'm just going to be honest, and we know there's a lot of anxiety. Yelling and screaming will not give us the input that we need. If there are safety considerations, if there are programs at your school, if there are considerations within the community that we need to know about, please take the time and articulate those not only here at this mic, but we need others of you to go into the breakout sessions and give us that information. That is simply a request, and that is an invitation if you choose to do so. So we're going to get started. At 8 o'clock, we'll take a pause, invite members of the community and parents to participate in the breakout sessions, and then we will continue with the public comment. Mr. Chazda Martin? Mr. Martin Chazda? Okay, fine young man. Mr. Martin will be facilitating our public comment session. It's important that we hear from representatives of the schools first, and then we have a list. If we have the time after 2 hours, we'll continue to take comment from others of the community. Mr. Martin will go down the list, call your school up, please come forward, and your 2 representatives, please make your comments, okay? We ask everyone, stick to 2 minutes, and that's simply because those who come behind you will make sure that they have every opportunity to speak, okay? Thank you again. Again, remember that the information that you provide us will go back to a report to Dr. Barbara Bird Bennett, and we thank you for your cooperation. Are there any elected officials here tonight? Okay. We're going to proceed with our meeting. Thank you so much for your cooperation, Mr. Martin. Oh, absolutely. One last thing. We have sign interpretation for those who may need those services. We also have Spanish language translation. If you need those, we have headsets, so you can raise your hand, or if you are within a group that needs those resources, please let us know and we can provide that for you. Finally, restrooms are outside of the doorway right here if you need the restrooms, okay? Thank you so much. Mr. Martin, we're ready to begin.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we heard the rules. So we're going 2 speakers per school, per organization. Schools are coming first. We're going to go in alphabetical order. We know where the bathrooms are. We're going to have a timer up here to the left. Ms. Thyatira Towns, would you please stand up? She's going to let us know now when we're going over that 2-minute time frame. She's going to hold up 1 minute, a 1-minute indicator there. And let's say we're going on and we're going on. Are we going to get another signal? What do we have? We have a no time coming. A no time sheet that she has in her hand. She's going to hold it, okay? So we're trying to do our best to let you guys know when you're going over time, okay? So, do we have anybody from Ash?
Yes, we do.
Let's start coming up.
Let's go.
Avalon Park on deck. Black on deck.
Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Miss Jones. Miss Jones. Let's go. Get over there. Get over there. Get over there. Get in the front. Get in the front. Hurry up. Hurry up.
We're all right. Take your time.
Okay.
Take your time.
Come on. Hold it up, hold it up. Come on, stand up. Stand up. Hold this, hold that. You're gonna speak, who's the teacher? Ms. Jones, if you're gonna speak, you gotta come by me. You can't. You can only do.
I said I want to say something. That's not too long.
They're not gonna let you do it.
They said no, I should be able to say something.
Get ready. Let's get our two speakers up and let's go.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Giovanna Mobley, and I'm here on behalf of my students of Arthur Robert Ashe as a community member, a parent, and the LSC chair. There are things that need to be heard. We have an enrollment of 423. According to the data, it should be 690. They call us underutilized. If you come to our community, where I have been for 44 years, you will see 2 to 3 abandoned buildings per block. People are taking advantage of Section 8 and subsidized housing and moving to the suburbs. We only have 423. We don't have 690. So what's to become of my 423? They say we're underutilized. I have split classes, 3rd and 4th grade. Send me some teachers where I don't have to have 34, 35 students in each grade. Put me a teacher in my classroom. Send me a teacher where I don't have to have 45 students in my 5th grade. Give me a teacher where I can put 20 in a room and have 25 in another. It won't be underutilized. Okay? It won't be underutilized. All right, let's talk about the gang problem. What are you going to do with my 423 that are left? We not only teach reading, writing, and calculating at Ashe, we teach social skills. We have mentoring programs. We not only take my children outside of the neighborhood, we take them out the state. We go to Washington every year. Okay? We want them to know there are other options besides drugs and gangs. We had a problem with summer school. We took our kids to Avalon Park. We would run out. We got out by the hair of our chin. We would run out with guns. They wanted to turn our bus over. If you close my school, where will my children go? Will I be standing on channel 2579 saying one of my children is dead because they crossed into a gang territory? Some of my children will drop out 6th, 7th, and 8th grade because of the fear factor that they're going to a school in another gang territory. They are making improvements in my school right now. Wi-Fi, new lights. Barbara Bird Bennett, you say that you're not going to reopen it as a charter school. Let's stop playing. Who's going to reap the benefits of all these improvements? Let my Eagles do it, because Arthur Ashe Eagles soar.
Ms. Mobley, Ms. Mobley. Thank you, Ms. Mobley. We want to tell you, we are, ladies and gentlemen, we encourage you, if you have written testimony, we encourage you to leave that at this front desk so that it's submitted as official record, okay? So if you have written testimony, please leave that, okay? So next up, Avalon Park. No, excuse me. Ashe, excuse me. Second speaker. Excuse me. I've been corrected. Thank you very much. This is Ashe's second speaker.
All right, good evening. I am a teacher at Ashe School, and I want to read something to you. I would like to thank CPS for having this meeting. In my heart, I know that this meeting is nothing more than lip service. I know that die has been cast. I know that this is not about children, but about power, egos, and big corporations with deep pockets. But it is most definitely not about our children. Having said that, and for what it's worth, I'd add my 2 cents. I have been teaching for many years and know in my heart that I have made a difference in the lives of many children. And for that, I am grateful to God for calling me to this profession. I love the students, staff, and parents at Ashe School. So when I heard that we were slated to be closed, I started looking into how this is possible. I know what the CPS data says. It says that we have been on probation for 9 years. We are underutilized, but does the data point out these facts? That we have a high mobility rate and that many of our students come and go without notice? Does it say that we are surrounded by apartment buildings which are at best temporary housing? Does it show that many of our children come from single parent, low income, high poverty, high crime, gang-related, and high drug use areas? So is it a surprise that we have a low scores that we are unutilized? It's not to me. So you can close the school, but you can't close the hole that's in souls of many of our children that we serve. The hole that we try to fill every day with knowledge, patience, attention, and most importantly, love. Does the data show that? I know that every day the teachers and staff at ASH give 100%. I hope that one day we will be off probation and fully utilized. But that won't happen because of something we did inside the school. That'll be something that the power that we decide to do outside of the school. As I take my seat, I leave some other lingering questions that I hope you'll be able to answer. Are you going to use our building? Where are our students going to be placed? How will you keep our students safe considering the gang issues in our area? Why is there such a disparity among the schools being closed in terms of location, ethnicity, and resources? Do you have any data that shows that private or charter schools significantly outperform Chicago public schools? And if I can make a suggestion, all the money that's going into turning around these schools, why don't they use that money to turn around some neighbors? That would be a better use of those funds. Okay. We gotta go.
Arthur Ashe Eagles, we soar! We soar!
We see. Next up, Avalon Park.
Good evening, members of the community. My name is Attorney Brandon Loggins. I am the community representative for Avalon Park. Yep. I've been a resident for Avalon Park for over 30 years. Avalon Park is one of the historic middle-class African-American neighborhoods in Chicago. I am speaking before you today to say, do not close one of the pillars of our community. Do not close Avalon Park. Similar to our city, state, and country, Avalon Park was not immune to the economic financial downturn. During this period, foreclosures, unemployment, and family stress increased in our community. To close Avalon Park would be premature in light of our due diligence to restore Avalon Park to the beacon of light it is to our community and to our city. I have 3 points briefly to support this position. First, our utilization numbers are misleading because we serve a significant homeless population. A homeless shelter is located within our community and serves several students utilizing our school when visiting the shelter. To close Avalon Park would deprive our homeless children of a school and lead to possible violation of the McKinley Veto Act. Second, Avalon Park is a performance art school. We want to strengthen this core purpose of our school with local community partnerships. For example, we could create projects to paint art designs over some of the foreclosed properties in our neighborhood, allow musicians to teach our kids new music skills. Viewed broadly, our school embodies CPS recent announcement and commitment to invest more in art curriculum. Third, our school has not had a chance to respond on its own accord to our current predicament. For example, our principal recently resigned and accepted a position at King College Prep. This is the first year we moved from a level 2 school to a level 1 school. I believe Avalon Park can once again serve as the anchor of our community. In the coming weeks, we will demonstrate our commitment to Avalon Parks. Our children need to know and understand when you fall on hard times, you don't give up. You work hard and you return twice as strong. The community wants the opportunity for Avalon Park to return twice as strong. Prior to practicing law, I taught 4th grade. When one of my students failed an exam, I did not give up on that child. I told them, this is your moment, you know. This is where you are now, and this is where you need to go. Here's the blueprint how you can reach your destination. We have a blueprint for Avalon Park, and this is our moment. We have band instruments and a modern auditorium to conduct plays. We have an artificial field for students to play sports. We have an opportunity to hire our next school leader. I appreciate your time and attention. Do not close Avalon Park. Thank you.
It's going to be kind of hard to follow that, but we from Avalon appreciate that. I'm the alumni of Avalon Park. Born and raised, grandmother, great-grandmother, mom, dad, uncles, aunties, cousins, so on and so forth. All my core friends come from there, okay? Right now, what we're doing as alumni and residents, we are calling every Eagle back home, okay? We got a Facebook page with over 200 and some members within 3 days, okay? We have an alumni association that's been going on Facebook for the last 10 years. We have a picnic every year, okay? Say that to say, okay? What this community has done, we brought ETA down to the school today to come up with a partnership with the Urban Theater to teach our school arts, plays, and everything else. We tend to meet with Columbia College, to come down and teach photos, video, digital, and audio, okay? There is a game plan in place for Avalon Park, okay? And it's community-wide. Just this summer, we put sports systems back into Avalon Park Community Center, okay? We were out sports for about 7 years. Now we have basketball, football, and baseball. This community is working, and we will not die, okay? We also want a partnership with any other school that might be underutilized. We got room, okay? We work as a community no matter what school we're from, okay? So that's my piece.
So next up we have Black. I'm going to ask Boucher, Bradwell, and Brownell, if you can begin to start lining up here, please, on the outside aisle.
Good evening. My name is Tammy Jackson. I am the president of the LSC at Robert A. Black. Robert A. Black Magnet School has always been a hidden gem on the south side of Chicago. We have many accomplishments. We are a Blue Ribbon School, and recently we received a state award, Spotlight Award. But CPS says that we are a level 3 school. We were established in 1968. And Robert A. Black has always been a level 1 school. We are in the upper 80 percentile. And because we have not moved up, because CPS has not given us the facility to move forward. We were promised a new building over 10 years ago. CPS has $300 billion in surplus. Give Robert A. Black a chance to excel more instead of holding us back tonight. I challenge the Skyway network to fix the level 3 that you have placed Robert A. Black on. We are not a level 3 school. We never have been. The state, you say that you aligned in Common Core with the state. How can that be when the state says that we are number 1 and CPS says that we are number 3? Prove it to me.
My name is Eustace Romaine. I'm the community rep for Robert A. Black. We don't get services here on the south side. There is a school on the north side that has a parking lot underground for the teachers, a gym on the roof for the kids with a rooftop garden. Why can't we get those same type of facilities here? We don't get services. Help our kids, help our kids so that we can have them go forward. We don't have any after-school programs. Some of the parents have to come out of their pockets to help. But we need help, please. Thank you.
Do we have a speaker for Boucher? Boucher? Calling to the mic, Boucher. Okay. We're going to move on to Bradwell. Bradwell. Brownell. Okay. Buckingham. Kate Buckingham. Burnside. Burnside. Where's Burnside? We got Burnside? Okay. Caldwell. I know we have Caldwell. Come on, make it down. So we're going to go Coles, Deneen, Dixon on deck as Caldwell makes their way down. Oh, we changed the apparel.
Good evening. My name is Ms. Webster, and I am the reading and writing teacher for the intermediate department of Caldwell Academy. Our school is a school that is determined to get off of probation. We have moved from a level 3 school to a level 2 school within 1 year of having new administration in place. Although we have been labeled as an underutilized school, our classrooms are overcrowded due to the low number of teaching positions given to us. Each of our rooms have regular classes or programs designed to ensure student growth and success. We have partnered with YTC, which is an after-school program that teaches our students to refurbish computers. We are also a community school. With this program, we are able to provide our students and community with a number of programs. For instance, our parents and adults are welcome to use our fitness center, which was created to promote health and wellness in the community. We also provide programs that ensure our students are learning and not walking the streets. Caldwell also offers French, technology, physical education, and arts. Success is what we aim for, and in order to ensure students are successful students, in each grade band we have a science lab, and each grade band has a science lab, so primary, intermediate, and upper department each have their own science lab. We have 2 libraries in place, 1 in each building. Not only do we instill academic excellence into our students, we teach them the value of helping in the neighborhood in which they live in. The Helping Hands Help the Community program takes on community service projects every month. Every student in the school was invited to come out to clean up the neighborhood. We were featured on the Chicago Public Schools website for this magnificent project. Other projects include food drives around the holidays and the Bags of Love project, which will be given to children that live in shelters on Valentine's Day. With all of this said, we believe that our school is one of the schools that should remain open because we focus on the whole child. We expect excellence from all students, and we believe that we are an asset to our community. Please come and get to know the new Caldwell.
I am a parent at Caldwell Academy, and I can vouch for everything that Ms. Webster just said. Caldwell is a fantastic school and growing every day. The students work hard, the teachers work harder, and it shouldn't be closed at all. I appreciate everything that I see in the community. And one thing that we could use at Caldwell would be more funding to keep the programs open, to keep the children happy and satisfied while they're there. It's important to keep Caldwell open because the community needs the school, the parents need the school, and Caldwell should not be closed at all.
Coles. Do we have a speaker from Coles? Deneen or Dixon? Coles, Deneen, Dixon. Dulles. You're making your way up front? No, okay. Earhart, excuse me, Earhart. Harvard, Heroes. Harvard, Heroes. Okay, on deck, Hoyne on deck. Thank you, Heroes, thank you. Both of you.
I'm coming to you as not only a parent, but a homeowner in the area. I'm a parent of 5 daughters, a homeowner for the last 12 years. I'm also one of the very first students from Niños Heroes. A lot of people don't realize that originally the school was open because of safety issues of the tracks. Everybody that was on Niños part of the tracks was transferred out of Sullivan and placed there. Now it's a safety issue from guns, gangs, drugs. Okay, many of the people that don't come to the south side don't realize the problems that are on the south side. Just yesterday there was a person shot a couple of blocks away. I don't want my daughters having to walk through other areas that are as bad or worse. There are other children that are walking by themselves that have a couple of blocks to go, and that's dangerous enough. Now, I have 2 daughters that have graduated Niños, then high school. They are going to college. Their base was at Niños in the gifted programs. My other daughter is in high school, also in the gifted program. My 2 little ones are in Niños right now, in the gifted program. They have after-school programs. These teachers take a value in these children's lives. Sometimes this is all these kids in these neighborhoods have, are these schools. We're not on the north side. We don't have the north side funds. We don't have the north side programs. We may be a little bit underutilized, if that's what they think, because we're not overcrowded on all of the classrooms. What do they want? The kids sitting on top of each other? You put these kids in from one school into another school, it's going to be a disaster. You're going to have kids hurt. You're asking for problems. I don't know about anybody else. Well, actually, I do. As a parent, I know nobody wants their child to be hurt. They want a good education. I got a good education. My daughters have gotten a good education thus far. So when you look, don't only look at little numbers, look at lives.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for the panel here to hear us all tonight. My name is Leon Hamilton. I'm the chair of the LSC at Niños. I think I've sat on the LSC for about 7 years. In those 7 years, I've seen the school, students, parents, faculty, and staff all pulling on the same end of the rope. They have all been diligent and effective advocates on behalf of our children. Their work, teachers, students, parents, and faculty, pulled our school off of probation. Their work pulled our students, our school, into a better place where we were commended by the Illinois State Board of Education not 2 years ago for the impressive achievement done and seen in the school community, in the school scores, in the things the children at our school began to reach for. There was a clear climate change that continues at Niños to this day. All of our numbers are impressive, especially compared to where they were. And that's a direct result of the people here, the Niños people here this evening, despite the weather, despite the late date, and despite the uncertainty. And I say uncertainty because despite the fact that we get commended, the same year we get notice that we have to lose teaching positions. The same year as the year before and the year before and the year before that, our enrollment is always undercounted. We are told we expect niños to have 430 or 420 or 406 kids, and at the end of the year we end up with 470. Because we live in one of the most transient neighborhoods in the entire city of Chicago. Folks close down buildings elsewhere and they move to our neighborhoods. So we get kids in November and December and January, and we take those kids and we teach them up. Because they're welcome to Niños, because they feel safe and secure there. Now, I could sit here and tell you how the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders at our school, on the average, are at 80 to 90% in math. I could tell you about all the numbers and all the great things. I could tell you about the gifted programs. I can tell you about ROTC. I can tell you about athletics. I can tell you how there are fewer and fewer problems on our campus. But I think the bottom line is this. We've got this crowd here, many of whom have been at Niños for 10 years. And I think the fact that they're here tonight shows you the level of commitment that these people have made on behalf of their children and mine and you. I thank you much.
I can only say one thing. I want you to remember that we need to have the audacity to continue the hope to keep our kids safe and to teach them well. Give us our opportunity.
We'll have Hoyne, Leonard, Madison, if you'll come up down here on your right-hand side. Any speakers from Hoyne, Leonard, Madison? Which school? Madison? Okay. Mann and McDade on deck.
No, we're going together.
We're going together.
It's like a little thing.
How's that?
That's it.
Speak up nice and loud, okay?
Okay. Thank you. Okay. One, two. Wait, hold on. Wait till everybody shut up. What'd she say? She said assist us. Okay. I'm reading off of that? Yeah. Okay, you ready? One, two, three.
Good evening, everyone.
My name is Nadia Bovan.
And my name is Alicia Jones.
We are current
6th grade students at James Madison Elementary School. Just as James Madison was our 4th president of the United States,
Talisha and I have been classmates at Madison since our 4th birthdays as James Madison School students.
We are here this evening to represent the Madison student population and to plead Madison's case for remaining open.
As we previously mentioned, Talisha and I have been together since preschool.
Nadia and I have grown together, changed together, and exceeded standards together.
Every teacher we have had has helped us succeed and achieve goals that we never thought were possible.
Some people look down at us, on us, and tell us that our education does not matter because we do not attend one of the top schools of CPS.
We tend to disagree because even though Madison does not currently have the acclaim of magnet schools, we feel special, appreciated, and loved by the teachers and staff. We feel that we matter and receive high-quality instruction.
That is evident in our honor roll status and our scores on the map and our SAT assessments. We are two of many that have met the standards. It matters to us what school we go to because Madison is our home and we feel safe and respected there.
What really matters? It matters that students are taught despite of the environment they are currently in and that they have achieved because of self-determination.
We believe that because of the teachers and administration at Madison, It is the best place for us and our peers. We have 8th grade students who have gone on to get accepted at schools such as Kenwood, Morgan Park, and Whitney Young. So the students and teachers must be doing something right because this shows that we are prepared.
Our school deserves to remain open because of the accomplishments, safety issues, and for the good of the community. Madison is a refuge for many of our family and friends. If we are feeling low or fall on hard times, we know that we can depend on Madison to provide support.
To explain, when those of us are in need of school uniforms, bus fare, or supplies, we know that Madison cares and shares. Madison may not be important to those who view us on a list of underutilized schools, but it is important to us. We look forward to entering the building, greeting our teachers and peers, and receiving instructions. It is important to us to receive art, music, dance, intervention, and enrichment classes in those underutilized rooms. So in closing, as our current President Barack Obama stated, this union may never be perfect, but generation after generation has shown that it can always be perfected. Give Madison a chance. Give us a chance to be perfected. Change is something that we believe in. Thank you.
Excuse me, y'all. How y'all doing? Good evening. My name is Kathy Jeter. I'm the local school council chair at James Madison. James Madison Space Utilization. At James Madison, we have 2 buildings. One of the buildings is a modular building. This building is used for the primary student. Every room is age appropriate. We have 2 rooms that are extended to give those students room to have lab stations, mini libraries, small group areas. This building also has its own primary library and security station location. It has lunchroom as a universal space. The second building is the main building. This building has many functions. This main building is the most productive. It has many active functions. On the first floor of this building, when you enter, you notice the bright colors from the floor to the walls, the security station. Also, the first floor has intermediate students, again, age-appropriate classroom. It has a staff counseling office, parent-student resource center, also shows a bit of Madison history. You see grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, and family who graduated before them, which they look to point out to their classmates who their relatives are. On the second floor is the middle school, age appropriate, from the bathroom to the classroom. The second floor is different. This floor is kind of set up like a high school. It provides middle school with the space for indoor recess, extended day, Saturday school, instructional groups, Read 180, science lab, computer lab, office for the assistant principal. Since Madison is a fine art school, there's a space for those classes and other programs, such as art, dance, and music. Madison also serves as a safe haven to our community. Safe haven and a community center where the principal allows us to use the building to have peaceful meetings. We are located 74th and Dorchester. Our kids are confined to the Madison community. They can't cross Stony. They can't go on the other side of the viaduct without conflict. Where's CPS real concern? Thank you.
Next up, Horace Mann.
Thank you. Good evening, distinguished members of the School Utilization Panel and members of the community. We come before you tonight in an effort to highlight the achievements of Horace Mann Academy. Horace Mann has been a pillar of the community for close to 100 years. It is our goal to continue to ensure that every Horace Mann student is college and career ready. We are determined to remain a viable asset to our students, community, and all stakeholders. Some of the highlights and the features of Horace Mann are knowledgeable administration, nurturing staff, early adopter for common care state standards to better prepare our students for college and career readiness, Saturday, Sunday programs to provide extra support, intervention, and enrichment, after-school programs, algebra for 8th graders, technology-driven, we have 2 computer labs, a dedicated art, music, and science labs, 2 of them, school library and teacher book and resource room, staff development space, comprehensive recess programs including theater art, African dance, karate, computers, visual arts, sports, girls mentoring, sound production, boys mentoring, physical fitness boot camp, orchestra, drum line, sports program, partnership with New Life Church to provide sound production training for our middle school boys, physical fitness training, full parent resource room, 2 teacher resource rooms, recreational resource rooms for student access during school, annual historic Black college tours. How the school community has addressed our challenges. Established partnership with surrounding churches, businesses, and organizations, New Life Church, Global Girls, Roseland Community Hospital, Beverly Arts Center, Chicago Cares Community Organization, Teacher Emeritus Tutorial Program. These programs allow us to utilize the many community support personnel to reduce class size for play as well as learning. Students realize the benefit from learning from community members who are experts in their field. We provide indoor classroom space. Okay. In an effort to continue our work for the community, we urge the panel to support our school by keeping its doors open to the children of the far South Shore neighborhoods. Support our efforts to bring positive learning experience to all students. Thank you.
Up a little bit for me. There you go. Yeah. Let the church say amen. Amen. Don't worry, I'm going to yield back much of the time that has already been used. So, but we first got to take up an offering because we're going to put this budget right where it needs to be. We're here today because we believe in all of the schools that are present. We believe that these schools are providing a valuable service. And I'm here because I am the pastor of New Life Church, and our church has specifically adopted Horace Mann. We wanted to adopt all the schools, but we have a small church, and our budget said Horace Mann fit just right. What I want to say to you today is a lesson that I learned from my parents. When I was about 10 years old, the same as my son here, My mother and father did not have enough money to pay the light bill. The budget was short. After going around and getting as much money as possible, even raiding the piggy banks and all of that good stuff, we were 7 cents short. And I remember everybody was on their hands and knees looking under everything they could do to find that 7 cents. But one thing my parents did not ever say, that you are not going to have milk in the morning, that you are not going to have food on the table. What they did say to us is, we are a family of 11 children, 2 parents, and we are not going to break you up for nothing. And I do not want these schools, especially Horace Mann, who's worked so hard with the community to do what is needed to keep the family of the South Side together. Let's do what we must. Let's work together. Let's stand with Barbara Bird Bennett. We're going to do what we must. We're not going to become a disorganized group. We're going to go together, fight together, and win together. Thank you very much.
As they make their way down on the right-hand side, I'm going to ask for McDade, McDowell, and Mireles to come up here on the left-hand side, please. You get the last one? No, you're all right. How many?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Ewing. I'm the chair of the local school council for McDade Classical in Chatham. My concern is a little different from most of you here. McDade is one of your premier schools on the south side. The classical schools have to be tested to get in, the students. We have an overcrowding problem. Our students can't use the library because we have art going on. Our multi-purpose room is our lunch room, which we don't have a lunch room. We don't have hot lunches. The students get brown bag lunches brought in. Now, these are your students that are scoring 99 and 100 percentile, yet we don't have the resources that they have on the north side. We don't have computers. What we need is space. We like a 7th and 8th grade program in order for your students to be able to move into the 7th and 8th grade program. The competition in the academic centers is fierce. We need some resources so that our students after 6th grade aren't sent back to the neighborhoods, that they can continue the great education they receive at schools like McDade and Leonard. So how can we do something with the budget that the premier schools can also get a piece of the pie? Thank you.
Do we have any speakers from McDowell? Now, let me ask, do we have Mireles in the house? Come on down.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Danielle Richards, and I am a parent and a community representative of Morales Academy. Morales Academy is not just a school. We are a family. We are a community. We take care of each other at Morales. At Morales, there are 818 students enrolled at Morales. 95.3 of these students are low income. So where are they going to go if you close us down? 9.7 of these students are special education students, so they need this school in this community. 27.6 of the students are limited English learners. We have a huge Hispanic population, not just African American. 49.3 are African American and 48% is Hispanic. So we need this school in our area to make sure that the Hispanic students are learning just as well as the African Americans. Every student receives rigorous, creative, engaging, and differentiated instruction. In order to ensure that each student receives quality instruction based on academic need, the following are provided by the students. We offer daily reading, writing, math instruction to incorporate small groups and one-on-one instruction with the use of technology. All grades have additional instructional minutes allocated to all core content areas and specialty classes. With reading and math as our focus, we have an additional 50 minutes of weekly literacy instructional time and 100 minutes of math, which are used as intervention to support our struggling readers, small group activities, and individualized instructions. We also have enrichment classes, which are art, our science, our PE, and our Spanish classes. Our students love to learn. They come to school every day. They come in uniform every day. They participate in after-school activities. We have Saturday classes now to enrich our students and also other extracurricular activities. Morales has partnered with Alderman Pope of the 10th Ward, the South Chicago Community Arts Center, South Chicago Chamber of Commerce, the YMCA, and the Chicago Park District, plus CAPS and the Mexican Patriotic Club to help better our school. Administration and parents and teachers set high expectations of our staff. Our school communicates proactively, openly, and frequently with stakeholders via multiple channels. Administrators and teachers work collaboratively with the LSC and the PAC and with individual parents to better our partnerships with our school. And now I'm going to turn the mic over to our LSC chairman, Ms. Irma Chavez.
Good evening, everyone. Buenas noches. My name is Irma Chavez, and I'm just going to say a little concerns and needs that we have at Morales. I'm actually a proud student of Morales. When I came here from Mexico, not knowing any English, and I learned it from Morales. That was my best school. Although Morales Academy is considered underutilized with 818 students, and as I was looking at this list, I noticed that Morales is actually the largest elementary school in this district. We have a building that was constructed in 1929. It is old and is in need of renovation. We currently use the music room and gym room in this building. Other rooms are not conducive for teaching and learning. What procedures or protocols would CPS put in place to ensure the safety of new students traveling from long distance and through non-gang territories? What happens to the administration and wonderful, and I say wonderful teachers and principal if we close down or consolidate? If Morales consolidates, will we have an input concerning the schools joining our school or our campus? Would Morales with school safety cameras? We currently have no functioning cameras, and we already had several break-ins in our school, and they stole our computers, so our children are out without computers. This past weekend, we had a water break, the pipe broke, and our library carpet is damaged. Our ceiling is damaged, but our children are there, eager to learn. As we talked about our special education children, we do not have a working elevator. So that is against our ADA law. Okay? Our student also benefit from having additional cafeteria, which gains can be placed in our old building. We do have rooms in our old building that have not been used, but they can be used if they've been repaired. Please do not close our school. I'm a proud parent and a proud student, and my kids come from there. And again, we have very good teachers and principals and parents, and we are a family. Thank you.